High School. Tonight is senior night, and we would like to take this opportunity to recognize our senior football players and their parents for their commitment and support of the program. Please direct your attention to the north end zone as we honor our seniors. Number 4, Patrick Petrillo, joined by his parents, Pat and Jennifer Petrillo. Number 6, Drew Ken, joined by his parents, Russ and Michelle Ken. Number 20, Grant Van Zora, joined by his parents, Rick and Liz Van Zora. Number 22, Cooper Estes, joined by his parents, Ray and Jennifer Estes. Number 23, Will Dolan, joined by his parents, Tori and Will Dolan. Number 42, Liam Collins, joined by his parents, Rich and Judy Collins. Number 66, Reed Roberts, joined by his mother, Christina Roberts. Number 52, Ryan Devine, joined by his parents, Lynn and Mark Devine. Number 76, Aiden Conroy, joined by his parents, Corinne and Patrick Conroy. Number 84, Matt Lahip, joined by his parents, Dan and Mary Ellen Lahip. Number 87, Cameron Vidal. Joined by his parents, Rick and Maria Vidal. Number 1, Captain Charlie Crean. Joined by his parents, Amy and Bill Crean. Number 54, Captain John O'Connor. Joined by his parents, Paul and Michelle O'Connor. Number 68, Captain Dan Hannon. Joined by his parents, Mike and Kelly Hannon. Thank you to our seniors and their families for 4 great years. Harbormen. First, let's give a warm welcome to the visiting Panthers. Whitman Hanson is coached by Mike Driscoll. And now let's hear it for your Harbormen. Hingham coach, Mark Nutley.
Hello and welcome to the multipurpose field on Hingham High School. Die-Fi Video Productions is proud to present Hingham Harbormen football. Tonight, Hingham hosts the Panthers from Whitman Hanson. I'm John Galvin, along with the voice of Hingham, Greg Partika. Greg, this is always a great game between these two teams. There's always a battle between Hingham and Whitman Hanson on every sport. How do you think it's going to look tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, John, it's great to have you with us tonight here on Hingham Livestream 2, and welcome to everyone with us. Hingham and Whitman Hanson has always been a good-natured rivalry, regardless of the sport, and tonight should be no different. We was talking to former head coach Bob Niffen of the boys basketball team, who also handles a public address here for Hingham football, and he was talking. He says he thinks this is going to be a very close battle. He's made a pregame prediction of a 17-14 Hingham victory tonight. Hingham comes in 2-2 on the season, and Whitman Hanson's 1-2. Whitman Hanson's on a 2-game losing streak after winning their opening game over Silver Lake 24-9. They've dropped losses to Marshfield 41-12 and Rockland 21-0. Hingham's 2-2 on the season. Remember, they have the technical forfeit to Marshfield on the COVID restrictions. They beat Silver Lake 14-13 in a thriller last week, but they lost to Fitchburg, the 35-28 game, which was the makeup game from the Duxbury postponement, and they came back from a 13-0 third quarter deficit to beat Plymouth North 14-10. So that's where we stand at this point. Coming out to the field right now, John, is our starting captains. And this is a COVID adjustment that you don't have all the captains, just one captain from each team for the coin toss.
Charlie Creaney, John O'Connor, and Dan Hannon. Representing Hingham at midfield, Dan Hannon.
Well, I tell you, I was at that Silver Lake game the other day, and that was one exciting ending. A little controversial at the end. A lot of the Silver Lake fans weren't too happy the way it ended. But Hingham stood up there and blocked a field goal right at the end of the game and took away the win. It was an exciting game.
So after the coin toss here, we'll have our national anthem. We'll see who wins the toss here. Coin flip underway, hits the floor.
Do we have to fill out vouchers?
Yes. Right here.
Okay.
All right, whoever won the toss deferred.
Want a W9 too?
Hingham's going to take the south end of the field. No, take that the other way. They're going to kick from the north. And Whitman Hanson will refer. So obviously Hingham won the toss. They're going to defer the second. So I'm thinking here that Hingham won the toss, deferred, and Whitman Hanson will take the south end of the field and get the opening kickoff for the first half. So we'll just wait here and we'll play the anthem in a second as we get the official Hingham football to kick off here. And we'll just wait for our public address announcer, Bob Niffen, to introduce the public address and the national anthem. Wait for everyone to stand here. So the national anthem's played. We're getting underway here at the multipurpose field, otherwise known as the football field and the lacrosse field and soccer field and everything else here at Hingham High School. Greg Partika, John Galvin, nice to have you with us here on the live stream as we get ready for what normally would look like a homecoming day here in late October, but it's actually early April with the fall season part 2. Back deep to receive for the Panthers is number 23, Will Stafford. Doing the kickoff honors for Hingham is Matt Laif.
Deep to return for Whitman, Hanson, number 23, Will Stafford.
Ball's teed up at the 40, and we'll get underway. The wind is a crosswind this afternoon, about 12 miles an hour from the east-southeast, which basically cuts across the field here. Laif kicks it, and we're underway. Ball was taken by one of the upmen, Nick Nolan, and he brings it out to the 25-yard line.
Tackle made by Will Griffin.
Will Griffin on the tackle. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Yeah, we want to look. Hingham's been starting a little slow on defense the last couple games, so we hope they made some adjustments and really will get going here and get a good stop here to start the game off. Get it going right.
Nick Nolan, the QB, takes it off the handoff. Actually, quarterback draw. No gain on the play.
Nick Nolan, the ball carrier. Tackle made
Actually,
by
they'll give him a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Ball on the 26.
1 yard gain. 2nd down and 9.
So Nolan, the senior, listed in the card here as a running back, defensive back, playing both ways as the QB tonight. Little sweep toss, basically busted up at the line.
Pass complete to number 12.
Check that, that was a little pass out to Murphy.
1 yard gain.
Murphy picks up 1 on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 8. Actually, they're marking it for no gain, so it'll still be 3rd and 9. And we have a whistle and a stoppage, and actually Whitman Hanson's calling time.
Timeout on the field. Timeout, Whitman Hanson.
So literally, we're 1 minute and 5 seconds in, and Whitman Hanson decides to call time on a 3rd and 9 on their own 26.
Yeah, a little different this year too. Only 3 timeouts a half. Generally, you've seen teams have 5.5, and that sometimes would lead for a long half with all those timeouts. But they've shortened it down to 3.
Yeah, that's
which I like it a whole lot
yeah, that's
better.
a part of the federation rule changes. Yeah, in fact, the referees should be using the outer hash marks. If you notice the double hash marks here, last year we went to federation rules, the National Federation of High Schools. So we're playing on the wider hash marks. This crew forgot. Well, actually, it was the inside play, so that's on the inside hash marks. So the MIAA rules used to be 5 timeouts, which was crazy. You know, 2 partials, 3 fulls, 5 each half. That just got ridiculous. Double reverse here. Flea flicker way back. Long pass downfield, and it's caught. No, dropped. Dolan had Standish wide open, actually in traffic, but he had the pass and dropped it at the Hingham 45. A double reverse flea flicker. They came out of the timeout. Good-looking call, actually.
Yeah,
but
he had him open if he was able to get it to him a little earlier.
Yep. So actually, they pulled the gadget play out early. So it's now 4th and 9 and in punt formation.
Nate Collins on to punt for Whitman Hanson. Deep to return for Hingham, Cooper Estes.
Estes back to receive the punt. Nearly blocked. And it's going to settle out of bounds. Actually, it takes a good Whitman Hanson roll, and it's going to be out of bounds right at the 39. And that's where Hingham will set up shop. Good field position to start the first drive of the game for the Harberman.
Yeah, Estes has had a great year this year, returning kicks, both kickoffs and punt returns. He's had some really good long runs and has really helped Hingham get some great field position all year long.
So 10:38 here remaining in the first quarter. If you just joined us here on the live stream, glad to have you with us on a Friday afternoon. Friday night lights early. The lights are on here in Hingham. Whitman, Hanson, and Hingham renewing rivalries here. And here come the Harbormen. Resetting the play. Sweep left. Petrillo has it, and he's stopped in the backfield trying to swing right, but it was strung out very nicely. And he'll be dropped for a loss of 4 on the play, making it 2nd and 14. Actually, no, where they mark it, it's going to be 2nd and 15. The ball is on the 34. So Karen Vidal splits out left, 2 receivers right. On 2nd and 15. Nice pass over the middle. And it's first down deep into Hingham territory. On the carry is Cooper Estes.
Number 22, Cooper Estes. Tackle made by Damari Goldsmith-Green.
Damari Goldsmith-Green on the tackle.
21-yard
The ball will be placed on the Whitman Hanson 39. McGorry delivered a rifle to Estes. McGorry calling signals. Fumble on the jet sweep, but Hingham recovers. Nicholas Kane with it.
Fumbled handoff. Recovered by Hingham. Key and Nicholas with the recovery. Six-yard loss on the play. 2nd down and 16.
So Pierce calling signals. Draw play is broken up and tackled just for a short gain of 1 and bringing up 3rd down and roughly 15. Petrillo on
Zachary Beaujolais on the tackle.
coverage. So we're 3rd and 15 here. Ball on just inside the 45. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left for the Harbormen. 8:17 here remaining in the first. Pierce in the shotgun, under pressure, rolling left, and he'll be tackled. We've got a flag in the backfield. Now remember, under Federation rules, fouls are spot fouls. Now where that flag was thrown.
Horse collar maybe? Is what
Yeah, I'm thinking on the tackle.
Right.
Because the only player out there was Pierce and the Whitman Hanson player chasing him. So we'll see where this is. But one thing I've learned after watching Federation football is that you don't necessarily get automatic first downs on things. We'll see what it is. We'll wait for the call here. It's a dead ball. And we'll see what the call is. It's a chop block, and it's declined because obviously that would be 15 yards from that spot, and that would just make it like 3rd down and basically a road trip of over 30 yards. So the Panthers wisely declined that penalty as a chop block penalty. So basically it'll be still 4th and 15, and Cooper's back to punt. Twin receivers back for Whitman Hanson. Punt takes a Whitman Hanson bounce, and it's down near the 22-yard line, and Will Griffin gets it for Hingham. and it'll be Panthers ball. 7:41 here remaining in a scoreless first period. So neither team has made a first down here on their first two possessions. Oh, actually, check that.
First down, Whitman.
Hingham has one on the pass to Estes. Here comes Cummings on a good carry on the sweep to the right. He'll have more than enough for a first down as he brings the ball out past the 40-yard line.
Tackle made by Will Griffin. 13-yard gain on the play. First down, Whitman Hanson.
Dolan calling signals. No, check that. It's Cam Burrows, quarterback, hands out to Cummings. Cummings going to the right side, and he'll get wrestled out of bounds after a short gain. It looks like 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, he did a nice job. It looked like Hingham had him bottled up on the corner, and he did a nice stiff arm, got himself around the corner, and pick up a couple of yards.
Ball will be marked at the 44. That should bring up about 2nd and 7.
Second down and 7. You saw that, right? Yeah.
Man in motion. Jet sweep coming the other way. Wide open on the other side is Murphy. Murphy across the 50 to the 45, down near the 40-yard line of Hingham. So a little more trickery from the Panthers. They're opening up the playbook here for their second first down of the quarter.
Yeah, that was a nice counter play. They had everybody going right, and then they had the wing back coming back left on the inside handoff. Nice play, very well designed.
So the ball will be at the 41 of the Harbormen. First down for the Panthers. 6:38 remaining here in the first. It's scoreless. Motion again. And here comes Stafford. He gets around the corner on the right-hand side, and he gets out of bounds for another first down. He's going to pick up close to 15 yards. And it'll be another first down. So the ball will be marked right around the 29-yard line. 28 is actually where they're going to put it down. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 28. So Burrows remains the quarterback running this series. Man in motion coming around the toss. Draw play, trap, and that's Cam Cummings takes it right up the middle off the trap. It looked like a draw at first, but out of the shotgun sometimes, John, it can look like a trap play and sometimes a draw play, but he picks up 4 yards, making it 2nd and 6.
I think Hingham called a timeout here to try to figure out how to stop that big boy going through the middle. He's a low going through there. He hits that hole hard, and he's quite large. He's a tough one to bring down.
Yeah, he let's see. They don't have any stats on him weight-wise because this is still high school, but yeah, he's north of 200 pounds. There's no doubt about that. And he carries the load. So, yeah, this drive has really been, John, a lot about counter left, counter right, a lot of man in motion, and basically just good old-fashioned smack mouth football, and we're going to run it down your throat. And they've been looking very impressive on this drive, which started, I believe, around the 22-yard line, and they've advanced the ball to the Hingham 25. So it brings it up 2nd, and I'll call it 7 here. Ball's on the 25. Burrows still at the controls of the Panthers offense. Man in motion coming around the corner. Counter tray, and this time it's snuffed out. It was Stafford trying to get around the corner.
Yeah, that was the same play they ran the other direction a couple plays ago and picked up about 15 or 16. This time the Harbormen were able to
Nichols,
snuff it out.
Nichols on the tackle for the Harbormen. Ball remains at the 25. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Big play here for Hingham.
Yep. Burrow's calling signals. He's back to pass. He looks out to his right, and the pass either got deflected or he was looking on an out, and his receiver ran a slant in. Either way, it's incomplete, and it's 4th and 6.
Brings up 4th down and 6.
Now, I was watching their field goal kicker, John, Peyton Collins, warming up. He was probably good from 35. He was stretching it from 40, and he was hitting at the south end of the field, and the wind was knocking it down. So I think this is a little too far because it would be about 45 for him. So obviously they're going to go for it. Big play here. Fans are making a little noise on the bleachers. And we got a whistle and another timeout for Hingham, which will be their 2nd of the half. So we're at 5:12 remaining here in a scoreless first quarter. It'll be 4th and 6 for the Panthers. And we're happy to have you here from Hingham High School on Hingham Athletics Livestream 2. Greg Partika and John Galvin with you. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon on Livestream Channel 2, we'll have the Junior Varsity contest for you. Be on the air right around 2 p.m. Interesting, John, that Hingham would take 2 timeouts on this one drive alone.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, it didn't look like any kind of strange formation or anything like that. I think maybe they were just a little concerned that they didn't have the right personnel in there. Maybe I'm not, you know.
Yeah, it's very interesting. All right, so Briggs comes out to the left as a flanker. They've got 2 receivers to the right. Burrow's calling signals, fakes the handoff. No, actually, it was a counter handoff, and it was shut down nicely by the Hingham defense. That was Stratford. I got faked out by the ball fake because I thought Burrows was rolling out to pass down to the right side, but no, he handed off to Stratford, and it was shut down, buried. Hingham will take over on downs.
Yeah, it's an interesting play on 4th and 7. You know, I mean, he did get 4 or 5 yards, but it's tough to get 7 yards on the ground all the time.
Actually, I'll mention one thing, having done most of the winter sports around here in the fall sports. It's nice to hear some noise again. Now, granted, we're not all back yet, and we all know that, and we're not out of the woods yet, but I have to admit, hearing the bleachers rock a little bit and some of the old familiar voices coming back, it is actually nice to think we may have a normalcy at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, Pierce at the controls for Hingham. First down, counter tray, and it goes basically nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1. Petrillo, the ball carrier. Yep, they'll give him a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. The ball's on the 25. And I think Coach Niffin's prediction of a 17-14 game may be pretty close on the mark here as we reach a scoreless first quarter. Pierce with a little quick out. And the pass is complete. And Matt Laif on the receiving end. Short little quick out. He gets the ball advanced to the 31-yard line, gain of 6. Bring up 3rd and about 4.
6-yard gain on the play. 3rd down and 3.
So Laif splits out left. Pierce calling signals. Draw play to Petrillo, and he gets slammed. And Hingham will be forced to punt.
Yeah, it just looked like a missed block or something there. He came in clean.
Yeah,
Didn't stand a chance.
actually a loss of 1. Ball's back at the 30. And a quick 3 and out for Hingham. And Laif will be in punt formation. Matt gets the ball away, much better second punt than his first. And they're going to let this bounce, and it takes a great Hingham bounce. Picks up about another 7 or 8 yards, and it's down by the Harbormen at the Whitman Hanson 30, and that's where the Panthers will take over.
That Laif's punt goes for 39 yards.
39 yards on the punt, and the ball will be placed at the Hingham, or at the Whitman Hanson 31. 3:42 here remaining in the first.
Ball's marked at the
We're still scoreless if you're just joining us here on Hingham Athletics live stream 2. John Galvin and Greg Partika providing you the play-by-play and color commentary today. We're glad to have you with us. Nolan calling, no, check that. Quick toss, that was Andrew Kloutman here at quarterback. 3 different quarterbacks for Whitman Hanson in their 3 series. Colin Briggs with the reception. Pickup of roughly 4 yards. Ball's out to the 35. So it'll be 2nd and 6. Just when you think, John, you've got the quarterback memorized, you look down at your game chart, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, there's another quarterback in the game.
I'll leave it up to you. I can't look away. I got the camera angle.
I
so.
know. You know. So here's Kloutman on a quarterback keeper, and he'll advance up. I think they'll give him the first down. It'll be real close. Yep. Line judge says move the sticks, and he'll get the first down. 4th of the quarter for the Panthers. Gain of 6. Ball's at the 42 as we approach 2:40 to play here in the first quarter. First downs are 4-1, favoring the Panthers. This is the Panthers' 3rd possession. Man in motion behind the screen. Cummings with it. The Diesel moves up. He gets hammered as he tries to go left. Heffernan with the tackle.
Yeah, he had a lot of help too, though.
Oh, yeah.
They swarmed to the ball very well.
You know, you can only give the tackle in the scorebook to one person, but the ball got advanced. Well, they're going to give him 1 yard, sort of, kind of. But given where the stick is, it was at the, well, let's put it this way. Call it no gain. So it's 2nd and 10. Roll out. Good pressure, but nice completion down the right sideline. Cummings showing that he can carry and catch the ball just as well. That was Cam Barrows back in at quarterback, who did the nice rollout to the right. Now, John, that's the play I expected to see on 4th and 7.
Yeah.
On the down on the Hingham end of the field a couple minutes ago. That's what I was expecting to see. But again, nice play, big gain. Ball on the Hingham side of the field now on the 45. So that was a gain of roughly 16. Cummings, inside trap right on the counter. Murphy, the ball carrier this time. And he picks up 4. It'll be at the Hingham 42.
2nd down and 7.
Burrow's still the quarterback. Quick counter left to Strafford. Strafford looking for a block. We've got a flag down.
Handoff goes to Will Stetson.
And I'm guessing this is going to go back against Whitman Hanson.
There is a penalty marker on the play.
And if this is going to be one of these Federation specials, this is going to be way back.
Well, you had to wonder how he got through there. You had 4 or 5 Hingham guys out there.
All right, so actually, this is one of those weird things. They're marking it from, maybe he couldn't throw the flag holding. If it's holding, it's a 10-yard holding. It should have been from the spot, but maybe he didn't throw the flag far enough because where the holding was closer to the line of scrimmage. So really, it's a 10-yard holding penalty. It'll put the ball at the Whitman Hanson 45. So it's roughly 2nd and 20. Long pass downfield, and it's broken up. It's incomplete. And Cloutman's back in. So it looks like, John, that Whitman Hanson's rotating quarterbacks in based on skill set. Cloutman came in to toss the long pass. Burrows seems to be running more of the counter tray option, although Burrows had that nice pass to Cummings. So you never know who's running what.
Certainly going to keep you guessing, that's for sure.
Well, it makes it tough to do play-by-play, I can tell you that. We're down to 36 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's 3rd and a road trip. Call it 3rd and 20.
Probably even harder to coach again, which is probably
Probably
why they're
you
doing
can't
it.
study game film, that's for sure. Burrows is now back in at quarterback. Now Burrows is going to throw, and he's going to get – nope, he got the ball away. I thought he was about to get sacked, but the pressure was definitely coming. Liam Collins was definitely putting in the pressure along with Hanning. And in any case, it's 4th and 20, and Hingham will get their 3rd possession of the quarter and of the game. Back in punt formation is Declan Hanafy will be punting. And he'll be getting the boot away right around the zone 35. Make that the 36. It's a low line drive, taking a big hop. And Cooper Estes picks it up on a bounce. I thought it was going to be ill-advised, but he takes it up the left side and makes a very nice run out of it, a nice return of about 15 to 20 yards. And Hingham's going to have possession right around the 34, 35-yard line.
One of those ones you say, no. Oh, yes, good job.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, exactly, John. Like, no. You can just see the coaches going, no. Great shot. Yeah, we've seen Bob Niffen say that a few times in the basketball court over the years. No, take that shot. Or the classic one, wait for the last shot, and they take the shot with 15 seconds on the clock. Yeah. And then it goes in for 3. No, I told you not to take the shot. You know, what don't you understand about taking the last shot? All right. So here we go. 16 seconds should be depending on the type of play, could be the last play of the quarter. Hingham's got the ball in their own 35 and a scoreless first here at the high school on a Friday night. Back to pass.
He's got him.
Lays it out for Estes. But great defensive play by Nick Dolan, who got his hands up just in front of Cooper Estes. Or actually, check that, Matt Laif. And we're down to 9 seconds.
Yeah, he had 2 steps on him, too.
Yeah,
It's
Pierce
just a little underthrown.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pierce kind of underthrew him there.
Seeing a lot more play action out of Hingham today
Yep.
than you have in the past couple games.
No, the problem with the short schedule, new team basically, because all the seniors that played last year and who had been playing for a couple of years.
Timeout Hingham, they just used the 3rd.
So you're going to play the whole second quarter if you're a Herberman fan without a timeout. Then this is not the MIAA rule set anymore where you got 5 timeouts to play with.
Please be seated by household. Also, masks are required at all times.
Hingham's got one more?
Yeah, the other timeout was a 6-minute walk.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. Our game official here in the booth, who's running the clock, wanted all of us to know they still have 1 timeout because the 6-minute break was the water break.
Right.
Which is the COVID game thing. So when the clock stopped at 6 o'clock and we were all saying at 6 minutes, while we all were saying, why did you take a second timeout? It wasn't a timeout, it was the water break. So we still have 1 timeout left. Sorry about that. Still awfully weird to take a timeout with 9 seconds in the quarter, but you know what? That's okay. You still got to get used to the COVID restrictions. Maybe in a year or 2 we'll have non-COVID restrictions, but for right now, that's okay. So 2nd and 10, as we resume to action. Loose ball fumble, and Pierce gets on it. but it'll be a loss of 5 or 6 or so, and the quarter will come to an end.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
And we reached the end of one quarter here on the live stream. There is no score.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the
We'll take a 30-second break and we'll be right back.
FYI.
All right, we're back between quarters. Took a little break there to make a little camera adjustment there for you. Sorry about that, but we're back. Hingham 0, Whitman Hanson 0. Whitman Hanson had a really good first half there. They moved the ball pretty well.
Yeah, 5 first downs to 1. I don't have the total yardage in front of me. One of the things, just to let you know, the Hingham High School dancers did dance in between the break here, but, you know, being on YouTube, guys, it's copyright material on the music. So we can't actually show you the dancers. Sorry about that. But if we did, we'd be broadcasting the copyright music, and we would have a problem on the video. So that's the reason you didn't see the dancers on the video. So trust me, they did dance. We're back to action. Little receiver screen over the middle and breaking wide open for the Harbormen. Great play here, and that's Cooper Estes. And it was a great call, wide receiver screen over the middle. It almost looked like basically they sold it all out, and Cooper Estes moves up nicely, 17 yards for the first down. Sold out very nicely by Pierce, and basically Hingham will have a first down. Their second of the game, first of the quarter, and the ball's on the 41-yard line. Little draw coming up on the counter to Nicholas Kane. He turns the corner, and he'll get good yardage up the right-hand side. So Nicholas picks up 5. Ball's on the 46. Pierce calling signals. Play of split out left, or right rather. Wounded duck up for grabs, and it's going to be picked off. Nick Dolan for the Panthers. Probably drawn an ill-advised pass because he was under pressure, and Pierce threw it up for grabs, and Nolan was there. I won't say playing center field, but it was an easy catch for him. It'll be Panthers ball.
Yeah, that was a tough one. The pressure came right in on the corner. I don't know if it was outside linebacker blitz or what, but he tried to make a play, and sometimes the best play is to just eat it or throw it away.
Especially because it was a good-looking drive. So a Harbormen squander a good-looking drive. And here come the Panthers. Burrow's now back under center. Well, I can't say under center. They haven't been under center the whole game. He's still in the shotgun. Calling signals. Coming around the corners, Murphy. Counter Trey coming back the opposite way. That's Cummings, I believe. We'll wait and see when he gets up. Looked like a 23. Yeah, no, check it. It's Stafford. Stafford's 23. Cummings is 24. He gets a gain of 4, and bringing up 2nd and 6. Trap play, and Cummings gets a hole, and Cummings is on his horse, and Cummings could go. He's down at the 10 and tackled down inside the 5-yard line. Cummings with a power run. Nicholas on the tackle, and Nicholas looked like he got shaken up on that. He's holding his arm.
At the Hingham 9-yard line. First and goal, Whitman, Hanson.
They're going to mark him out at the 9-yard line, so it'll be first and goal on the 9. Roughly a 50-yard gain for Cummings. And the pass goes off the hands of Murphy. On first down, Burrows had the right idea. A little quick out. Had him in the corner, but basically just went off his hands. So it'll be second and goal. Ball still on the 9. 9:46 and counting here in the second quarter. We're still scoreless. Cummings comes back into the Panthers lineup. We might be in beast mode here. Burrows awaiting the snap. Man in motion. Cummings does get the ball going off left tackle. He's met by he's gang tackled by the Harbormen right around, I'm going to call it the 6. It'll be third and goal from the 6. We'll give Heffernan the credit on the tackle.
He's up third down and goal.
Wind has switched directions a little bit. It's now directly from the south. So they'd be kicking into the wind here.
Yeah,
but it's softened a bit.
Yeah, definitely a lot. Being up top here, I can really feel that. Almost.
Wide pitch out, and basically, let's see, it's Strafford, I think, is the ball carrier.
Down to about the 1.
Yeah, it's going to be really close. Our vantage point here in the press box, and John, you're up on top, so you get a better angle. The one thing about this press box here in Hingham is when you get down towards the end zone, it's extremely difficult to catch the goal line. We're going to say, based on the yard marker, they're on the 2, but it's 4th and 2. Burrows calling signals. Man in motion. Burrows drops the snap. He's going to try to dive in, and he's in. I don't think that was the design play. But Burrows fumbled the snap and then went off the A gap to the left and dove in for the touchdown. And the Panthers are on the board 6-0 with 8:16 remaining in the quarter. So unofficially, we'll give Burrows a 2-yard run. Peyton Collins with the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it's good.
The extra point by Peyton Collins is good.
So the Panthers out 7-0 with 8:16 here remaining in the quarter. All set up on the turnover, so they cash in on the turnover. On the ill-advised pass by Dylan Pierce that Nick Nolan intercepted right around the Hingham 40-yard line that set this drive up. So the drive is roughly 60 yards. $60 or 59 yards, and trying to remember if it started at the 40 or 41. I think it was 41. So it's a 59-yard scoring drive. The big play being Cummings' scamper of close to 50 yards that set them up first and goal on the 9-yard line, and it took them 4 tries to get in. Ready to kick off for the Panthers is number 30, Peyton Collins, who just made the extra point. Remember, Hingham deferred the first half kickoff. Very poor kick. It's going to be a fair catch at the 30-yard line for the Harbormen.
Fair catch called for by number 20, Grant Van Zora.
I don't think we're going to try the free kick from here, are we?
The Hingham 30-yard line. First down, Hingham.
What's that rule in the NFL that if you fair catch a kick, you can do a free kick?
Oh.
But I don't think we can. I don't think off of a tee we could make a field goal from here at 70 yards. So I don't think we're going to try that one. So 8:14 remaining here in the second. Hingham is trailing once again, as they do most of the year, as they have in many other games. It's 7-0. Dylan at the controls as we start this drive. Clap of the hands. Rolling left and rolling right, rather, and he's going to get sacked.
Number 17, Andrew Cloutman with the sack.
And Andrew Cloutman is going to get the credit for the sack.
Yeah, he came in clean off the edge again, basically the same position, outside linebacker coming in clean. Rolled away from it, but he ran him down.
Yep. And Cloutman's actually had to turn at quarterback, so, you know, he's one of the quarterback rotations. He played one of the earlier drives for the Panthers. A loss of 6, so now it's 2nd and 16. Ball's on the 24. So let's see what the Harbormen dial up here on 2nd and long. Back to pass is Pierce. It's got trouble again and barely escapes back to the line of scrimmage, and be interesting to see whether that's going to be recorded as a sack or not. Probably not, because he got back to the line of scrimmage. But Hanafy gets credit for the tackle, and again, it'll be 3rd and 16. And other than the one play to Cooper Estes in the first drive of the game, Hingham has very little to show for the offensive effort today. Cameron Vidal is out wide to the right. Layoff to the left. Pass down the middle is overshot for Cooper Estes.
Pass is incomplete, intended for number 22, Cooper Estes. Number 7.
And Pierce finds himself on the ground right around the 15-yard line or so, looking to the official for roughing. But the referee just said, play on.
Yeah, he had Estes open too. He just overshot him just a little bit.
The receivers have been open other than the one ill-advised throw. It just hasn't been precise enough to seal the deal. So Layoff is going to punt again. Good ball, just doesn't turn over quite a bit. Dangerous catch, but right there to make the tackle is Anthony Fabrizio.
On the return, tackle immediately by number 9, Anthony Fabrizio.
So Fabrizio on the tackle. I was wondering why a fair catch sign didn't go up, but that was like Cooper's little scamper in the first quarter. So we got 6:25 here remaining in the second quarter. Panthers on top 7-0 if you're just joining us on Hingham live stream 2.
I think they may have just exercised the 6-minute water break
Yep,
there.
we're at the 6-minute water break point with 6:25 to go. Remember, that's a COVID extension to keep the players, that's kind of funny. We're just listening to the cross chat here in case you picked it up in the press box here. If you got a summertime game in September and it's 90 degrees out, you don't do it. And yet here in April, we're doing it. Now, I understand in the winter we did a lot of modifications, around rest periods and things like that because you changed the timing of the games a lot. But yeah, this is interesting. We took a quick break. Nobody really got water. And we're underway. So now let's see who we've got at quarterback. And unfortunately, the angle we're at here, it's hard to tell. We'll wait and see on the road. Here's the move play, a little toss sweep, flag on the play. And basically, Jason Murphy was the ball carrier. We've got a flag. We'll see what the play is. It may be against Hingham since the play was allowed to continue. We'll see what it is. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what we got.
I'm guessing illegal formation, illegal shift.
Yeah, it's an illegal shift against the Panthers, and they're just going to leave the ball where it is and decline the penalty and take the result of the play, which was a loss of 2. I'll say, so Kloutman gets his turn to run the controls here for the Panthers. He takes the snap, and he's going to take the quarterback keeper. Ball is loose. It's still loose on the ground, and the Harbormen recover. Credit William Griffin with the recovery. Turnovers are now 1 apiece, and that may turn out to be a big break in the game. John, that's one of those classic plays where Kloutman was looking for extra yardage, and that extra move basically gave the Hingham defenders the opportunity to punch the ball out.
Yeah, he just fighting for extra yards, and it got stripped out. And a great play on the end, recovering that. That's a drill they run in preseason all the time. That crab drill where you just crawl on the ground, and you saw it came into play there. Crawled over and jumped on that ball.
So best starting field position of the game for the Harbormen at the Whitman Hanson 46. Let's see what Pierce and company can do. Flap of the hands, quick out pass. Leif's got it. No, that's Cooper Estes. And he'll cut it up inside for a nice gain down to probably the Whitman Hanson 42, 43-yard line. Good gain on first down.
Say he's about a yard short, maybe a yard and a half.
They're going to mark it at the 43, so it'll be 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. So right now, John, you got almost every play in the playbook open to you. So Leif will go split out to the right. And you got Vidal out to the left. And Estes in the slot. Pierce calling signals. He'll take it on the quarterback keeper. Quarterback draw right up the middle. Good gain down to the 32-yard line. First down, Harbormen. Second of the quarter. 5:15 and counting here in the second quarter. 7-0 the score, Panthers. And there's a sound I haven't heard in a long time. Bob Niffen calling a Harborman first down. Because there haven't been that many first downs. Only their 3rd in the game, compared to 6 for the Panthers. Little wide receiver screen, that's a lateral backwards. And that ball should be marked way back where the ball went out of bounds. Oh, that's an interesting call. Let's see.
He is. He's got it marked.
He's got it marked. Very good call by the line judge. It is a lateral backwards, so the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be back to the 38-yard line. So it's a loss. It's a loss of 7 on the lateral that went backwards. So it's 2nd and 17. Nice idea, just poor execution.
Yeah, overthrown by a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. So Pierce on another quarterback draw, looking to go outside. If he can get around the corner, he's got a chance, but no, he does not. Goldsmith Green with a nice open field tackle shuts it down before Pierce can get around the corner.
Yeah, Estes was out there trying to make that block, but he just couldn't get in front of him.
Yep.
He knew it was, a good job holding him off because he knew he would have got the penalty if he made the block.
Yeah, very, very short gain, if anything. It's going to be 3rd and 17. I assume it's 2-down territory, but still, you need to pick up 7 or 8 or 9 here and make it manageable on 4th. Duffy back to pass. Inside screen again, which worked so well the last time. You're going to pick up a few yards here. Petrillo on the inside screen. He'll advance it back down to what was about the original line of scrimmage, down to about the 32 or so. And it'll still be short, so it'll be about 4th and 13 or so. And Hingham will look into the playbook and figure out what we've got here. So Vidal will go out left. Estes slot right. I'm sure that's Leif out. So we got Trips right. Long floater. Can it be caught? Yes, it is. And it is caught. Leif with the catch inside the 10-yard line. It was the home run ball with trips right, and it converts. It'll be down at the 5-yard line, 6-yard line, check it. Home run ball, Matt Leif.
Yeah, that was a great throw. He got it up there, got a little air underneath it, allowed him to run under it, and he just used his size to go up and get it.
So 26 yards on the play. It's 1st and goal from the 6. And we got a timeout. And let's see who's going to call it. I got to believe
Whitman Hanson.
Whitman Hanson called the TO. So now each team's got one remaining.
Timeout on the field. Timeout. Whitman Hanson.
So I checked that. The ball is actually on the 5. Looking at where it is now. So the game official up here, in case you don't know, unlike most other sports in football, one of the game official crews actually runs the clock and is the timer. You can also have an official, and normally what my job is normally up here is I'll run down in distance in the score, and we'll just have a timer run the time. On the draw as we come back, around the horn comes Estes, and he's bottled up as he tries to get around the corner. He may have lost a yard. They'll mark it as no gain, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. But one of the things that bothers us up here in the booth is trying to figure out who calls time. and the official here doing the game, as I was saying about it, we were all amazed who called time. It's as a game official, you're supposed to know who called timeout. The officials are supposed to tell you that. In at quarterback right now, I didn't even notice the change. In at quarterback is Will Griffin. Actually, it was a direct snap to Will. He tried to run it up inside, and little or no gain. So we actually lost a yard. We're on the 6. So it's 3rd and goal from the 6. And Pierce will now figure out what we're going to do. We're coming up on 2:10 remaining here in the 1st. This is Hingham's deepest penetration of the game. They trail 7-0. This was all set up on a 26-yard pass to Leif from Pierce. Looking on the out route, he's got him. To Estes, touchdown. Pierce to Leif, or Pierce to Estes, touchdown.
Yeah, Estes lined up in the slot out there, and he just came in and ran underneath the outside receiver. Little rub there, and he was wide open. Great throw.
Yeah, it was a great throw. So we're a point away from knotting this up. It was just a matter whether Cooper, because of the setting sun this time of year, could actually not lose the ball in the sun. Which is the problem you have, because that's the sun end of the field right now. The north end is the sun is setting behind us, behind the press box in the west. Snap, kick down, and it's perfect. So Leif nails the extra point. We're knotted at 7 with 1:46 here remaining in the first half. So this is some of the fun that you have here playing out of season. This reminds me, well, this time of year we'd be playing lacrosse, and this is some of the things that the lacrosse players have to deal with, that you have the setting sun over the back of the press box to the west, and if you're looking back that way, you have the sun in your eyes. And that was the only problem I thought of, is that ball was hanging up in the air, whether or not Cooper was going to be able to see it through the sun, because the sun is literally right in our backs right now. But Cooper had no problem. He carried it right into his chest for the easy 6. And we're knotted at 7, and Leif here to do the duties. And remember, Hingham will have the kickoff to start the second half. Right foot along, it's a running line drive, and it's going to go out of bounds. That will take the illegal procedure call. It'll give you good field position for the Panthers.
Yeah, the coach has an option to have him re-kick it or take it at the 35. And, you know, sometimes you have them re-kick it. I guess it depends on your return specialist, and if you have a great return specialist, you may want to give them another shot, but it looks like they're going to take it at the 35.
Yeah. So that's going to be the call, and they'll take it at the 35. And we've got 1:46. Each team has one timeout remaining, in case that becomes a factor. All right, let's see. In our menagerie of quarterbacks right now, it looks like we're back to Cam Burrows. 2 receivers are to the right, 2 to the left. So a spread formation for the Panthers. Little draw play off the middle, actually a counter. And looks like that's Strafford. Strafford gets out to the 39-yard line, gain of about 4, 2nd and 6. So Burrows looking for the snap, loses the ball. He'll have to take it on his own, and met by a sea of red shirts, including Liam Collins. And as we tick down under 1 minute, we're coming up on 3rd and probably 8, a loss of 2. And the Panthers appear to be in no rush trying to get this playoff. We've got a spread formation with what looks like Strafford in the backfield. Be going out. He gets the handoff through the trap, and he'll run it out there for about a gain of 5. But that should probably do it. We'll see if Hingham takes the timeout. I think they may have called it.
Yeah, they did. He ran right out and called it right away.
So it'll be 4th and about 3. So give him a credit of about 7 yards on the game.
You know, you got 2 good things that can happen here. You can block the punt, you know, which could give them great field position, or you might get a great return.
Or the other option I was just thinking about, Whitman Hanson decides to go for it after you just gave him a timeout with 4th and 2 or 4th and 3, and you say, well,
there you go.
Yeah, I've seen that one backfire a couple of times, but we'll see.
And with the big backs in the backfield that Whitman Hanson has.
So we'll see what happens here. You know, it's one of those things. I mean, it was the correct call to call the timeout. But let's see what – I don't see the punt formation. I see the big beef. I see beast mode out there. You've got Cummings out there. And Whitman Hanson's going to go for this. So Cummings is in the backfield. Burrows at the controls. You got Dolan split left. Murphy in motion. Cummings gets the ball. Cummings puts his head down. Cummings got the first down.
Yeah, he does.
And you'll have the clock stop here as they reset the chains. The ball's at midfield.
First down, Whitman Hanson.
So that timeout backfired.
Well, it doesn't look like Whitman Hanson's going to do much with it. It looks like they're just going to let the clock run out.
Now they call timeout.
Take one shot maybe.
Yeah, well, the only problem with this strategy, we're down to 9 seconds because they wasted, well, I won't say they wasted all the time. The ball's on the 48. You got a field goal kicker who, in warm-ups, was kicking it from the 30, but that was when the wind was, and he was about 5 yards short, but that was when the wind was basically 12 to 15, 10 knots, let's say, straight crosswind. Now the wind, he'd be kicking into the wind, and the wind's probably about 4 to 5 knots. That actually is kicking up a little bit more.
Yeah, it's picked up a little bit.
It's picked up a little bit in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, the Hingham coaches made the call to the wind.
To the wind gods.
Yeah,
so you figure for him to have a shot, you got to get the ball to the 20. And even if you got the ball to the 20, the clock would stop to set the chains. You'd have to get up, spike it, to give them a shot with no timeouts unless you get the ball out of bounds.
Yeah,
So you're talking about a 30-yard heave, because if you try to run it and get 30 yards, you'll never stop the clock. You'll run the clock out before you get there.
Right.
So you got Cummings in the backfield, Burrows at the controls,
And that's a handoff.
and it's just a handoff to Cummings, and they're going to see what Cummings can do. He gets the ball a little over midfield for a gain of 5, and that's going to be the end of the first half.
And that's the end of the first half.
So we're knotted at 7. The teams will go to each end of the field for their 10 minutes respite under COVID protocols. Remember, you can't go to locker rooms because the locker rooms don't have social distancing. So you basically go and pick an end of the field. In this case, they're both going to the south end of the field in different corners. And that's the way this is going to end. So we will probably go off stream for a minute and cut the audio on you so that the girls can do their dancing, because we can't play the audio for you. So you can probably see them dance. You just won't hear the music.
Yeah, we might try to sneak it in. We'll see. All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
At halftime, it's Hingham 7, Whitman Hanson 7. We'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, here's your Hingham High School dance team, dressed in camo. And you have to give them credit. I mean, it's difficult for them because of all the athletic events they normally are at.
Great job by that dance team there.
Yep, absolutely. I was mentioning that, John, before. A lot of people don't realize that the dance team is a multi-season sport. They work through the fall, they work through the winter, and into the spring. And in the fall is when most people think of them for the football games, but they also do soccer and they participate in basketball. You'll see them at the basketball games and stuff. And for them this year, with the fall season being split into fall 1 and fall 2, it was really difficult just to get them on the field for soccer. And we were just trying to figure out a way to even get them out there. And they actually had a dance-off in the fall to give the dance teams something, because they didn't actually have a program because we didn't know what was going to happen with football. and I had the pleasure of working the first annual Hingham High School dance-off. And what they did is they broke up the team by class, and each class was given I want to say about a 2-minute dance to choreograph and put costumes together and dance. And they got a series of judges. And don't correct me on which team actually won. I think the seniors barely beat out the sophomores or something like that. But it was a great event to honor the seniors because you didn't know what was going to happen here in the spring. But all the parents could come on social distance across the bleachers here. But it was a great way for the dance team to showcase all the hard work that they do on a year-in, year-out basis, because most people only see them at football games. And they don't realize the work that the dance team does all year for all the various other sports. So it was a great thing. The dance-off was something really special to do. And it was something that was one of the highlights of the way everyone's adapted to the COVID world. So anyway, just recapping here. We're tied at 7 here at halftime between Whitman, Hanson, and Hingham. First downs in the first half, Panthers 7, Hingham 4. Scoring plays, just to recap, they were both in the second half. At 8:16 remaining in the first half, the Panthers opened the scoring. Burrows actually scored on a 2-yard keeper on 4th down. It capped off a 59-yard drive, and that was all set up by a Nick Dolan interception of Dylan Pierce. On the play, Burrows actually looked like he fumbled the snap and then improvised and went off the A-gap for the score. And then just before halftime with 1:46 remaining, Cooper Estes scored on a 6-yard touchdown pass from Dylan Pierce. And that's where we are knotted at 7. Hingham will get the second half kickoff because they won the toss and deferred. So that's where we are. And just as Coach Bob Niffen predicted at the outset, he predicted a very close, narrow, and good game, and that's what I think we have so far, John. Your comments?
Yeah, I agree. Whitman Hanson really looked like they were going to take over in the first quarter. They had some great drives there and got the ball. The running game really picked up. I think that's really been the difference for Whitman Hanson is they've been able to get the big backs getting through the line there. I think for Hingham, second half has been all year long has been their best half. So whatever they're doing at halftime, it's been working. So hopefully when they come out, we'll see that happen again. All right, we'll take a couple minutes off right here, and we'll be back for the third quarter after this.
Okay, hi, Greg Partica back here with you with John Galvin, and we're live here on Hingham Sports, Hingham Athletics live stream channel 2 in conjunction with Di-Fi audio video, and we're here as we get ready for the start of the second half. This is sort of unusual. I've never seen the coaches go back, the captains go back out for the start of the second half, unless we're talking about something. But anyway, we're knotted at 7 as we resume play here. Hingham should get the kickoff to receive, unless you're just deciding which ends of the field they're going to have. But Hingham will receive. They're going to have the north end of the field. So basically where we are is where we started. The only difference is 7 more points on the board for each team. And we pretty much start the second half the way we started the first. Peyton Collins ready to kick off for the Harbormen. Hopefully the Harbormen can actually get their receiving team on the field, but they're going to get one last set of instructions. But the Panthers are ready to go. Back deep to receive for the Harbormen is Henry Crean.
Deep to return for Hingham, number 25, Henry Crean, and number 22, Cooper Estes.
And Cooper Estes will also be back there. It's a very short kick. It'll take a bounce, and it's covered up on Grant Vendora will cover up on the very short kick. It's going to be around the 24-yard line as we get underway here in the second half. Actually, they'll mark it back at the 23.
Ball is marked at the Hingham 23-yard line. First down, Hingham.
Now the junior, Dylan Pierce, calling signals. Claps his hands. Quarterback keeper pretty much going nowhere.
Number 15, Dylan Pierce with the quarterback keeper.
But the most effective plays, other than the deep passing, have been the middle receiver screens, John. The running game's been non-existent.
Yeah, it's kind of been a different attack for Hingham today. Usually you see a lot of the wingback kind of jet sweep type of stuff, and we're not seeing too much of that today.
Yeah, that's been a staple since that's been a staple of the Nolte offense, has been the jet sweep, and you're right, we haven't seen much of it. Quick little out to Cooper. He breaks a tackle and he moves up the field. He'll have the first down.
Great effort there by Cooper. Really.
Cooper, yeah, it looked like Cooper was going to be buried in the backfield for a loss, but he took that quick little wide out receiver screen. You know, the typical Patriots were going to run at you basically with a little wide out quick screen. And he picked up a gain of 11 on it, and it's a first down for the Harbormen.
I really love what Cooper does after the catch. He really runs hard. He's done that all year long. He's had some big plays.
Well, he's a multi-sport player, and you can see the athleticism in him. Another quick out, this time to Leif. Leif will get it right around the 39-yard line. He had to take a step back to get the ball from Pierce, but at least it's a manageable distance on first down. I think they're going to give him 3, it looks like. They'll spot the ball right around the 39-yard line. So it'll make it 2nd and 7. Opening possession here of the second half. Harbormen on this drive have 1 first down already. We've got 10-17 here remaining here in the third. We're knotted at 7.
Yes, yeah. The one that was helping with the papers. Yeah.
So Pierce calling signals. Petrillo moving. Handoff to Estes. He comes around the corner on the sweep. And he'll pick up decent yardage. Looks like he'll get another 4 or 5. Line judge comes in with a spot at the 44. That should make it about 3rd and 3.
Yeah, he got those extra 2 yards on his own, just really working hard and not giving up on the play.
So he picks up a gain of 5. Makes it 3rd and 3. Spread formation, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Quick draw up the middle, and Pierce will get enough for the first down. Takes a hard hit and gets hit backwards. Nick Nolan, who had the interception that set up the Panthers' touchdown in the first half on the tackle.
Pierce's carry goes for 4 yards and is good for another. Harberman, first down.
So they'll give him a gain of 4. Brings the ball to midfield. More importantly, another first down, 4 new downs. Second first down of the quarter. And that keeps the drive alive. Pierce fakes the jet sweep, looks over to the middle to Estes. He has it at the 45, down to the 40, and out of bounds at the 35.
Great play action play there, really froze the linebackers. Estes got in behind the linebackers there and then was able to get around the corner, outrace the safety, and get a couple more yards upfield. Great play there by Cooper.
Good looking pass. They're going to mark him out at the 36. Third consecutive first down, 2 on back-to-back plays. Inside keeper to Petrillo, and he's going to get good yardage on first down. He's going to pick up 5. Actually, they're going to mark it. Yep, they'll give him 5. Harberman seemed to have the rhythm now. Laif is going out slot wide left. Estes is going slot right, wide right rather. Pierce calling signals. Pierce rolls. Pierce fires, nearly picked off. Again, another ill-advised throw for the junior. And he's limping.
Yeah, he got some hot pressure off the edge there. He was lucky to get that ball off, and lucky it wasn't picked off.
Yeah, another ill-advised throw. It was like the Dolan interception in the second quarter that set up the Panthers' touchdown. You sometimes think you should eat it, but he's trying to make something out of nothing, and nothing almost cost them a good-looking drive here. 8 minutes remaining here. Clock stopped, 8:02 to be precise. 3rd down and 5. You might be in 4-down distance here. We got a penalty marker coming in, most likely a false start. Oh, offside. It'll be offside Panthers.
That could be the
That
first
could be
down.
just about a first down, depending on what exactly 5 yards measures. But it's definitely offside. We'll see what they do.
First down.
See, well, the marker's first. They're going to move the chain. So thank you very much, Whitman Hanson Regional High School. You just gave Hingham a first down.
That penalty will result in another. Harberman, first down.
So 4th in the quarter, and it's 4th in the drive here. This drive started back on the 23-yard line. This is the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And Hingham threatening to score and break the drive. Cooper Estes on the wide receiver sweep. He'll pick up only a couple. Problem with running on the near side hash. Basically ran out of real estate.
Tackle made by Malcolm and Crowder.
Malcolm Alcorn Crowder on the tackle for the Panthers.
Yeah, he's been a force over there on that defensive end, right defensive end.
1-yard gain.
So only a gain of 1 for Cooper. Good looking drive, John. They got to get points out of this. Pierce snapping the hands, calling the signals. Middle receiver screen again. Picks up decent yardage. Vidal, the recipient, that middle receiver screen has worked very well all night.
Yeah, it's working the tight end into that one. That was a great play. Kind of good fake to the outside. Opened up the middle for him.
So he picked up probably 5 on it. Looked like he got more, but it's going to be about 3rd and 4. Ball is right on the 25. Definitely 4-down territory, I would think. Pierce calling signals. Man in motion. Pierce rolling out under pressure, gets it away, and it's going to be incomplete. Murphy and Cloutman providing the 1-2 punch in the backfield. Kind of interesting that, Cloutman's one of the quarterbacks, and Murphy, Pierce, is very slow getting up. He's been hurt a couple of times on this drive. Leif gives him a little, chest pump as best you can in COVID to try to say, hey, we're okay. So it's 4th and 4. Call it a long 4. Let's see what the Harbormen dial up to keep this drive alive. Pierce getting caught in a blitz, and he's going nowhere. It's going to be Panthers ball. The Panthers sent the entire kitchen sink after him, and it paid dividends.
Yeah, the Harbormen have had a tough time on that left side of the line picking up. They seem to be getting overloaded over there, and with no back to pick up that extra man, they're coming in clean. Sorry,
John, Pierce is hurt. He's holding his knees, he's holding his arms, and hopefully Al Blasdell is right there with him trying to shake it off and see what's going on with him. But in any case, the drive stalls. It'll be Panthers ball right at the Hingham, or at their own 29. And Burrows is at the controls for the Panthers. He loses the ball, but I think he pounced on it. He tried to get it off, and it looked like it might have been a toss coming around the corner to Murphy, who was the man in motion. But he took his eyes off the ball for a second and found it on the ground, but he was able to pounce on it. It will be a 2-yard loss on the play, bringing up 2nd and 12. I'm just trying to get my eyes on Pierce to see where he is.
I do have a backup quarterback running, warming up on the sideline.
Yeah, and we got a penalty marker. It's probably going to be a false start. And it's a false start against Whitman Hanson. So now it'll be 2nd and 17. So 6:09. So definitely warming up in the bullpen is Belcher. Al is talking over with Dylan. And he's going to have Dylan sit down on the bench. Meanwhile, pass is nicely caught downfield. It's going to be a first down. On the recipient is Declan Hannafy. He caught it in traffic, and it's a long, it's probably 20, 25 yards plus. A Hingham player is down on the far side. Can't pick up the number here.
42.
And we'll take our water break at this point. This will be definitely, as Bob Neffen just said, the official serious water break. But the pass was made to Declan Hannafy, and it was a nice out. And he caught it in the soft spot of the zone and was able to convert it. The injured player for the Harbormen is Liam Collins, but he's walking off under his own power. It didn't look like he cramped it, but he didn't look, John, like he cramped up or anything. But the way he was pounding his leg down, it was like, it was like a real big hurt for him, but he seemed to survive it okay. But he's walking off on his own power. He's pulling off his helmet. So we are in the official water break at this point. And here comes the liquid refreshment.
I'm out on the field for the third quarter water break.
So it's the first down of the second half for the Panthers. This is only their first possession, and we're at 5:39 remaining here in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, the score is 7-7, both scores coming in the second quarter. It's been a very competitive game. So as we resume action, Burrows I can't say under center because he's been in the shotgun all night. Off the handoff, here's Cummings. Cummings gets wrapped up. So Cummings barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, possibly a loss of 1, but I think they'll give him no gain on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 10. So, John, ever since that big running outburst in the second quarter, Hingham's actually shut down the Panthers' running game fairly effectively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job getting to the ball. That's important, and they haven't gotten faked on the counters. I think that was a big part of Whitman Hanson's play. Here comes the counter now.
Here comes the counter now, coming around the corner, and it's going to be busted up big time.
Yeah. Oh, they actually just stripped him.
Stratford has it, but actually,
I didn't hear a whistle.
Now there's going to be, let's see what happens. Stratford got the counter. Now they're arguing whether or not anybody had the ball. In the end zone, John O'Connor took the ball and actually scored, but they're not going to give it to him, and they're going to say Stratford was down by contact.
Yeah, I think his forward progress was stopped.
Yeah. So the ball's on the 36, 3rd down 17. Back to pass, slant over the middle. It's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, you got it. Great play.
Nick Dolan, again, the defensive player who made the interception in the second quarter, converts on a slant for over 20 yards, gets the 1st down.
Great pass. He hit him right on the run. He didn't have to slow down. That was really important that he when he caught it, he was at full speed and he was able to get through the slot there and get the 1st down.
That was Burrow's best pass of the game. Cut him on a slant, exactly, John, in motion. Here comes Cummings. Cummings breaking through like he did in the first half, and he's got a nice run inside the 30-yard line.
Such a powerful runner, and not only that, big, strong, straight arms, just pushing would-be tacklers away from
When
him.
he gets into the open field, he is a boatload to handle.
And he's very elusive too. He made a nice cut there to get free.
And for a big guy, you don't think he has that kind of athleticism, but he's shown it a couple of times now tonight.
Sure has.
1st down on the 29 of Hingham. On the reverse, here comes Stratford. He's got a lane, and he picks up big yardage down the right-hand side. He's going to be marked out of bounds, but yet it'll be another 1st down.
Good-looking drive here by Whitman Hanson.
Yep, 4th 1st down on the drive. Remember, this is only their first possession of the second half. Each team's only had the ball once, and we're down to 3:10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, rather. Ball's on the 16.
1st down, Whitman Hanson.
Burrows calling signals. Handoff goes to Cummings. He tries to bounce it off outside. Breaks a couple tackles, and he'll get it inside the 10-yard line.
Cam Cummings on the carry.
You know, the hole wasn't there, and he's, again, showing his athleticism, able to bounce it outside and then running over would-be tacklers at the end of the run.
Yeah, Tony Fabrizio tried to haul him down by the shoe tops, and it's like one guy was not going to haul him down by one person. He's just too big and strong. All right, so we've got 2nd down and 1. The ball's around the 9-yard line. Man in motion on the flanker screen. In outside draw, and that's Will Frazier, and he'll get a 1st down and goal for the Panthers. 5th 1st down of the quarter, and 5th 1st down on the drive. Ball is going to be spotted.
The 2, I think.
Yeah, around the 2-yard line. Problem when the yard marker is not anywhere near the yard, when the 1st down marker is nowhere near the yards, and you're down here in the corner. So we're going to call it around the 2.
Great job.
Great job. The give was to Cummings.
Griffin.
Cam Cummings, the ball carrier.
And Cummings is going to lose 3 yards. The ball will be at the 5. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Nice job by Griffin taking him on in the backfield and getting him down on his own.
So big defensive stand coming in here for the Harbormen. Burrows looking over the set. Man in motion coming around the wing. Cummings again looking to go forward. And instead of going north and south, he goes east and west. Leif and Collins doing the honors to bring the big guy down. And no gain. It's 3rd and goal from the 5. Burrows calling signals. He's got Cunningham in the Cummings in the backfield. Rolls right, looks to throw, and he throws it away. Again, John, that looks like that's the 2nd time today that they seem to have gotten their signals mixed up about running an out versus a slant.
And, you know, there are a lot of red shirts out there. I think he just played it safe and just kind of threw it where nobody was. Made a good decision now.
Yeah.
Now, I'm surprised they're – oh, yeah, they are set.
Yeah, Collins is coming in for the field goal attempt. As I mentioned in warm-ups, he was hitting from inside 35 yards, no problem. So this is going to be about a 23-yard attempt. Hanafita hold. And the kick is good.
Field goal is good.
So Collins converts from 23 yards. And with 1 minute and 1 second remaining, the score is 10-7.
Good looking drive there by Whitman Hanson. They really did a nice job mixing up plays. Real nice slant pattern to get that first down on the 3rd, what was that, maybe 3rd and 13 or so.
Yeah, and 5 first downs in that drive too. So they did everything they want, and with 1 minute remaining here in the 3rd, this is only the 3rd possession of the half, or the quarter rather. So Peyton will kick off. He's got 4 points in the game, the field goal and the extra point on the touchdown. His kick again is short. For someone who's a good place kicker, he doesn't kick the long ball very well, John.
Yeah, but he did get it right on the sideline. It didn't go out of bounds, so saved himself about 13 yards there. If it went out of bounds, it would have gone to the 35.
Yep. So the ball's going to be at the 22 of the Harbormen. And now the big question is, nope, we've got Pierce back out there. So Dillon has shaken off the pummeling he received on the last drive on back-to-back plays when the student body of the Panthers said hello on back-to-back blitzes that left the junior kind of shaking. Not shaking in his boots so much, but just literally not well.
Let's see how he holds up here.
I would expect a couple of doses of running, although when I say that, 3 receivers are lined up to the right. So we'll see what happens. And he's back to pass. He's throwing long and deep for Cooper, and Cooper catches it deep into the Panther territory. The pass is good for roughly 35 yards. It'll be down to the Panthers 41 yards. Longest play from scrimmage today for the Harbormen.
Great job by Cooper adjusting to the ball there. It was a little underthrown, and Cooper came back and got it.
Well, if you wanted to know if Pierce's arm is feeling bad, the answer is no. 37 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Hingham trails 10-7 if you're just joining us here on the live stream. Pierce with a quick out, and it's intercepted. Goldsmith's Green with it on the quick out, and he'll return it down to the Hingham 31. That's the second turnover of the day. Both of them picks.
Yeah, I mean, they had the route. They're just running the short out route, and he was just off target with it. He had the man open there, but it's just he threw it inside and right to the Panthers. Nice return there, too. It almost looked like he was going to take it.
So the ball will actually be marked at the 32-yard line of the Harbormen. Big series coming up defensively for the Big Red here. Burrows still at the controls. Hey, 2 series in a row with the same Panther quarterback. Cummings with the handoff. Cummings looking for room. Cummings has got room. And he'll have a first down as the quarter expires. Henry Crane with the tackle as we end the third quarter.
And that's the end of the third quarter.
But Cummings with a pickup of 11 will actually give them a first down roughly, I believe, at the Hingham 20 as we resume play with the start of the fourth quarter shortly. After 3 quarters, Whitman Hanson 10, Hingham 7. You're watching exclusive coverage of Harbormen Athletics on Hingham Livestream 2 in conjunction with Di-Fi Video. Okay. Greg Partika, John Galvin with you here in Hingham High School as we start the fourth quarter of play with the Whitman Hanson Regional High School Panthers ahead 10-7. And more importantly, they have the ball 1st and 10 at the Hingham 19. Cummings with it off the handoff, looking for running room, bottled up inside for a short gain of 1 as we resume play.
Yeah, they had him 3 yards deep, and he was able to shift and move. We were just talking that over the break, how shifty he is for a big guy.
Yeah, especially when he gets in the open field, John. It's amazing, you know, for a big guy, how elusive he can get when he's got space. Burrows calling signals. On the counter tray, I think that's Stratford. Wait and see. Small gain on the play. Yes, it is Stratford.
Tackle made by number 68, Dan Hannon.
Dan Hannon, senior captain on the tackle. Short gain, it's only going to be a gain of 1. So it's going to be 3rd and 9.
1-yard gain, 3rd down and 9.
10:55 and counting here in the final quarter. Burrows looking to pass. Over the middle, too high.
Pass is incomplete, intended for
The pass was intended for Colin Briggs. There is a penalty marker down. The Hingham fans are not happy about it. It may be, I didn't see the flag where it was, and we have an injured Hingham player. We'll see what the referee calls.
This something happened on the other side.
It came in from deep. I thought it was pass interference. That's how you got it more early.
So we'll see what happens. We've got a Hingham player down with cramps. We got pass interference called against Hingham. It will be a first down.
Spot of the foul is less than 15. Only, no, 15 less.
All right, so it's pass interference against Hingham. The ball will be placed at the Hingham 9-yard line, so it's a first down and goal.
Penalty was against Hingham. 15-yard penalty. First down, Whitman Hanson.
So a golden opportunity for Whitman Hanson to put some distance here as they lead by 3, 10-7. Burrows calling signals. Cummings was down because it was almost like he thought he was an NFL player. Brian Barnard got him, and his knee hit the ground, and it was like, no, I'm bouncing up and playing, and everybody's going, no, 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 and the umpire, the official, the referee was actually a little slow to say he's down, but basically he is down, and the ball's now on the 15, and it's first and goal. Man in motion, jet sweep coming around to Strafford. Strafford gets away, and he'll get down to the 6 or 7. He cut it inside, John, and he was able to make some good gains.
Yeah, that was a big play because Griffin was roaring in on him and was about to dump him for no gain, and he cut inside and picked up maybe 5.
Yeah, so the ball's going to be at the 10, so it is third and goal from the 10. Actually, they make it at the 9, so back to the original line of scrimmage. So he makes up for the 6 yards that Cummings lost. You got to figure, since they've got the, and Whitman Hanson is going to take the timeout here.
Timeout on the field. Timeout, Whitman Hanson.
You got to figure that up 3, they're not going to settle for the field goal this time.
No.
They're going to go, this is 4-down territory.
Hingham's been doing a great job inside, in the red zone, holding them up. I mean, this is like the 3rd or 4th time they've been down there. Whitman Hanson's been down there. And really the only, you got the 1 touchdown and a field goal out of it out of 4 or 5 red zone trips. So they're doing a good job down there.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens here. I mean, you figure Hingham will get the ball back one way or another. You'll either be down 1 score or 2. And the question is it going to be a 1-possession game or a 2-possession game? Timeout's over. 9:35 remaining here and counting here in the 4th. You got Cummings in the backfield in what would be a power set. Burrows takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's going wide. Pass just a little too far for Declan Hannafy. Brings up 4th down. Declan was diving for it, but even if he picked it up, I think he was just outside the boundary, and I think he was short of the line to gain, which would have been the end zone.
Well, yeah, I think there was another mix-up there because Hennessy stopped, and the throw was made like if he had kept going. So,
yeah.
Again, some miscommunication there with Whitman Hanson.
All right, well, hey, I guess we earned our pay today, John. They are going for it on 4th. 4th and goal from the 9. Okay, this time in the backfield, you got Frazier. Cummings is out. You got Dolan right. Little wide receiver screen. This is going to be a touchdown. No one picked Frazier up out of the backfield. He just circled out into the flat. It was easy peasy.
Yeah, just lined up in the backfield, run a little wheel route up the sideline, and there was nobody there to cover him.
Yep, and no one picked him up. So a 9-yard touchdown pass to Frazier. At the 9:22 mark, and the score is 16-7. And Peyton Collins that is, for the extra point. Snap, ball down, kick is up, and it's good. So as the great Gil Santos would say, the team's come back upfield, and the score is now 17-7.
Yeah, that was a great play call there. They just kind of cleared out that area, back out of the backfield, and as I watched it develop, the linebacker was trying to get over there, and there was just too much traffic. He couldn't get there.
Yeah. And it was just a great play call because you send everybody right and out into the flat on a little wheel route. It was like a check down, and it was just like, okay, I couldn't get there, and you're wide open. So now the Harbormen have their work cut out for them. They're down 2 possessions with 9:22 remaining. So throw out the running game. But then again, John, there really hasn't been much of a running game tonight.
Right. No, they really haven't. And aside from a couple decent runs, it's really been the passing game that's been the bread and butter for Hingham tonight.
And here's the kick. And it's going to be another fair catch.
Kickoff is fair caught by Drew Kent.
So Hingham will have the ball on the 29-yard line with 9:20 remaining and down 10 points. So the Kurdiak kids have it in them again. They're going to actually mark it at the 30. So let's see if we go a little up-tempo here and go a little no huddle and try to speed things up a little bit. Because that seemed to be, well, when Hingham's been moving the ball, they've had a rhythm. And I don't know if this is something in the playbook this year or not, but let's see what happens. Pierce calling signals. Clap of the hands. Back to pass. Little middle receiver screen again. It's Cooper. And he'll move it forward for a first down, gain of 11. Ball out to the 41.
Pass completion is good for a Harborman. First down.
And if I were them, John, I'd get ready up and I'd get ready to go and I'd just start firing. Three receivers right. And timeout Hingham. John, that's a killer.
Timeout on the field.
I'm sorry, that's a killer.
I'm not quite sure what was going on there. I mean, you look like you had your play called. You had plenty of time on the clock. I mean, it wasn't like
you weren't down. The referees weren't putting their hands up saying you were down 5-10 seconds. Yeah. It's just like you didn't like the play call. And at this point, you've got to you can't allow. You have to get in a rhythm. You have to move the ball. You need 2 scores, obviously. This is only your 3rd possession of the second half. And you've got to, you haven't had really a sustained drive other than that one drive at the end of the second half that got you your 7 points. You made a good first play. You got picked up 11 yards. You need to start moving the ball, guys. And it's like, okay, you line up, and you're in the same formation. Trips right, single receiver left, and it's like, okay, what's the play? And you just threw it away. The pass was intended for Kane Nicholas, and basically it was just thrown over his head, and it's like, okay, that was a good use of a timeout.
Nicholas was looking over his right shoulder, and the ball was thrown to his left shoulder, so.
Yeah. Now, are we just seeing, John, the growing pains of a young team?
No question about that. We were talking about that before the game, how many sophomores and juniors are playing out there.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, he got popped.
Yeah, he got popped, and that's why it wasn't a short arm.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Kane Nicholas.
Jay Nicholas was the receiver, but that ball landed 4 yards short. And now this time Pierce is really hurt.
Here comes Gus Belcher.
Yep. And Belcher's going to replace him. And I'll tell you, Pierce has taken a boatload of stuff, and he's holding his arm. I don't know if it's a collarbone or a shoulder, but he can't move his arm. So welcome to the big time. Gus, you're 3rd and 10, down 10 points, 8:46 remaining here in the 4th. Collins signals, man in motion. Off the fake, he's going to run it, and he's going to get welcome to the big time, as Jason Murphy meets him with a no gain. It looked like, John, he had a gap if he brought it back inside.
Yeah,
but Murphy, he said,
4th down and 10.
A lot easier angle for us to see that.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's why we don't play. You know, our playing days are long over with. All right, so Laif is going to punt, and Hingham needs a turnover. Laif with a good kick, and not a fair catch. And I believe that's Cam Burrows, of all people, running with it. If I caught the number quickly, he brings it up the
36,
Matt Phelps, rather. My apologies, a 3 and a. I at least got the 6 right, John. 16 and 36. Anyway, 8:03 remaining here in the 4th. Panthers looking to extend their 10-point lead. They're ahead 17-7. And Burrows is staying in at QB. And Cummings is in the backfield.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of Cummings.
I think it's going to be a steady diet of Cummings and Stratford the rest of the way. In motion is Murphy.
Great
On the
play.
counter, Rodri is going nowhere.
Max Rodri, the ball carrier, tackled in
I had to look down at the game sheet because it was a new number. I'm going, who? Rodri. Well, he got tackled for a loss. Ball's now at the 25. 6 yards on the loss, 2nd and 16.
down and 16.
But more importantly, the clock is the ally of the Panthers right now. And as long as it keeps running, time gets off the clock, and they're in no rush to snap the ball at this point. The quarterback caravan continues here. Nick Dolan is now is in the backfield, taking center. He hands off to Cummings. Cummings looking for running room, and he goes off tackle, now in tackle up the middle, and he picks up a good gain, as we expected. He got the loss back plus maybe 3 or 4. Timeout called, and I think Hingham's going to save the time here and probably call a timeout. Or we have a water break. Let's see what it is. No. Trying to figure out what this is. One of the back judges called time, stopped the clock. That almost had to be a Hingham timeout just to stop the clock. But it'll be 3rd and 7. Quarterback draw, or more like the quarterback keeper. It was a fake handoff to Cummings. Quarterback keeper goes basically nowhere. It'll be 4th and long. 4th and about 5. Ball's on the 35. So Hingham will get the ball back. So it'll be 4th and 6. Hanafy will be in to punt.
22, Cooper Estes.
Estes will be back to punt, or back to receive. And right about now, John, we could use a little Cooper magic. And Cooper's been known to do some of this every once in a while.
He's had a great season returning. And they're kicking
Low
it
line
down.
drive, but that's not going to be returnable.
No.
It's going to be one of those poison balls that you step on and make sure you don't hit it. But it's going to be great field position for Hingham because it was a low line drive punt that, had a little backspin on it, and the ball's going to be roughly at the 43-yard line or 42, depending on where we take the side judge's mark. Looks like it's going to be the 43.
Gus Belcher back in there at quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think the way Pierce left, he's coming back tonight. I mean, I don't want to speculate, but the way he was holding his arm, that's some kind of an arm injury. Now, I think we're at our water break. Besides it being a change of possession.
I think I have to agree with you there.
So if our board's right, and I think our official here in the booth is right with us, Hingham's down to 1 timeout because they had to have called timeout in order to stop the clock when it was 3rd and whatever on the last possession, because there's no way on a running play the clock auto-magically stops. So game reset. It's 6:12 remaining here in the 4th. Hingham trails by 10, 17-7. They have a 1st down and 10 on their own 42. Gus Belcher is in at quarterback, replacing the starter Dylan Pierce, who went out with an injury on the last possession. Belcher on the quarterback keeper. gets about a gain of 7. But I'll tell you one thing, Gus is going to need a little bit more than running. And John, Gus, is he familiar enough with the playbook? Because it looked like he ran over like, hey, I just ran for the first time, and then was going over to coach looking for a play.
Well, I mean, Hingham does a real good job with their, play calling off the wristbands, and Gus probably hasn't had the experience there, so he's just making sure.
Okay. Cooper in motion. Gus to roll out. Gus to heave it. Looking for life. There's contact, and there's a flag.
Yeah.
There was just enough arm contact, but it is pass interference.
Yeah, he kind of swung the arm.
It'll be 15. It'll be 15 yards. It's not a spot foul like it is on the NFL. I mean, the old MIAA rules, it would have been at the spot. It's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
It's a defensive pass interference penalty, goes against Whitman Hanson.
But it will result in a first down, more importantly.
Penalty from the previous spot results in a Harborman first down.
So roughly, they lose about 7 or 8 yards on where the pass was intended, but the ball nonetheless is in Panther territory at about roughly a 37. 5:23 remaining here in the game. Hingham trails 17-7. Gus on the keeper. Gus looking for room. Gus gets outside down the right-hand side, picks up maybe 7 or 8 before he's tackled. See on the spot. Ball is right around the 28 yard. Pickup of 9 actually on the play, so it'll make it 2nd and 1.
Yeah, different dynamic with Gus in there. Obviously, Gus is not afraid to run the ball.
Yeah, it is obviously a different look, John, for this Panther defense. The question is there simply enough time? Pass over the middle is picked off. And that's Will Strafford with it. He's getting out to the outside, and this is about a 30-yard return. And now we got a penalty flag on top of it. And we'll wait and see what the flag is. But definitely it's an interception. And I don't know where Gus was throwing it to.
Yeah, that one definitely got away from him.
Or he was expecting someone to be in a different area. But I think that's the fork in it.
Looks like this is going to be against Whitman Hanson.
Yeah,
it kind of return,
Yeah, it could.
On the return block.
It could be a block in the back or something of that nature, which might set the ball back a bit. But in any case, you've given Whitman Hanson the ball.
Yeah.
And the penalty is actually against Hingham.
Interception, 10-yard holding penalty against Whitman Hanson.
No, they're actually, the official marked it the wrong way because he actually said holding against Hingham, and I was like trying to figure out what the heck that was. But actually the ball goes all the way back. Thank you, Federation rules. The ball goes all the way back to the Whitman Hanson 26 or 27. That's the problem when the sun sets and the lights come on here. There's a sheen on this field. And sometimes the hash marks are even harder to see. So I'm going to say we're at the 26. So this is really what Friday night lights are about here. If you've never seen a night game here. So 4:27 remaining. On the reverse scamper, here comes Murphy. And Murphy gets a nice gain up the left-hand side and sneaks out of bounds.
Handoff goes to number 12, Jason Murphy.
More importantly, I think it's a first down. Yes, it is. More time on the clock. No, actually, they're going to give him a 9-yard gain.
2nd down and 1.
So it'll be 2nd and 1. No, they're going to give him 10 yards and a first down. So it's a first down for the Panthers.
First down, Whitman Hanson.
Here comes Murphy in motion again. This time it's Cummings, or rather, check that.
No,
It's
you're right.
Cummings. Yeah, it's Cummings again. Down to 4 minutes and counting here.
Second down and 6.
Ball's at the 41. It'll be 2nd and 6. So just a reminder, we'll have the JV game for you tomorrow afternoon at 2. That's kickoff at 2 here on Livestream 2. In cooperation with D5 Video. We're looking forward to that. Man in motion. Here comes Cummings again, looking for running room up the A gap. And he'll plow his head forward for another 5, bringing the ball out to the 46.
Handoff goes to Cam Cummings, tackled by number 32, John Heffernan.
Heffernan and Kraus on the tackle for Hingham.
Down and 1.
Yet another minute ticks off the clock. And with each minute, the miracle comeback gets less and less of an opportunity here for Hingham. Cummings will power his way for the first down, and that will probably end this contest.
2-yard gain.
So the 4th first down of the quarter,
Whitman Hanson.
and that basically will seal it. 17 first downs in the game now for the Panthers. And with 2 minutes and 40 seconds and up 10 points, the Panthers are in no rush to snap this ball anytime soon. Dolan is split out to the right. Cummings is in the backfield. Murphy in the motion. Handoff to Cummings, and Cummings just stands up a bunch of gang tacklers from the Harbormen. Timeout called for Hingham. That'll be their last timeout. And the ball just gets over midfield to the Hingham 49, which will be about a gain of probably 2 or 3. They just pop it over the 50-yard line. But it's a gain of 3, we'll call it. So it'll be 2nd and 7 or 2nd and 8. 2:11 remaining. That's their final timeout. So that's pretty much the way this one will end. Hingham will fall to 2-3 on the season. And the Panthers will get to 500 for 2-2. The Panthers won their first game of the season, 24-9 over Silver Lake, and then dropped decisions to Marshfield 41-12 and Rockland 21-0. Meanwhile, the Harbormen beat Silver Lake last week 14-13, lost to Fitchburg 38-28, beat Plymouth North 14-13, and then basically had the COVID forfeit loss to Marshfield to begin the season. On the handoff, here comes Cummings again. He's going to power his way, taking the entire Harborman team with him. He gets down to the Harborman 44, which is a gain of about 5. Hingham called timeout again, and for some reason, they have time, which baffles us all up here, because then you had the phantom timeout earlier in the last drive, which we still don't know how that happened. But the officials mark it in their cards, and they think they're okay with it, and we're just up here scratching our heads saying, how the heck did this happen? But that is now apparently their final timeout. So, John, what do you think in summarizing this game? What do you take away, pluses and minuses?
Well, you know, I think the the Whitman Hanson running game really took over. You know, it really overpowered Hingham, and that's been a tough. You know, the running game has been Hingham's weakness on defense all year long. You know, Fitchburg ran all over Hingham, even though the game was close.
Cummings on the handoff, and Cummings is going to come up a little bit short. Gain of 1. It'll be 4th down, but I'd be shocked to see Whitman Hanson punt. They would probably more likely just run the clock down, call timeout. Well, John, what would you do in this case? Would you try to punt?
No, not a chance.
No, I don't think so. I would rather just take the ball, and you'd have 1 minute left. Worst case scenario, you're up 10. The worst thing you do, basically, is give them the ball at the 40-yard line.
Now, with Cummings in the backfield there, to get 2 yards, I'd be a high percentage run play than it is.
All right, so Whitman Hanson brought the clock down to 1 minute 13, and then they called time. I got to believe you go for it, because if you try to punt, there are the options that we talked about. You could block it. You give Hingham a chance of making a play. And the last thing you want to do with a minute left is give Hingham a chance to make a play, score 7. Then you've got the chance of an onside kick. And then who knows what happens. Because crazier things have happened in high school athletics over the years.
My play call is number 24 off right tackle.
Yep. Yep. And I would agree that that's where everybody in the building knows where this ball's going. And if you don't know that, if you're not playing everyone inside the box right now, you got a problem. No, you're giving it to 24. Here comes 24. Does he get there?
Looks like he did.
Oh.
Depends on whether.
No, they spotted him short.
Yeah.
They spotted him short. Where they spotted him, he's short. The line judge came in and spotted him a yard short. The Whitman Hanson bench jumped up and down because Cummings, actually where he wound up on the 41, but where his knee touched was on the 42, and the marker was on the 41. So, sports fans, 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining. Hingham is down 10. They've got the ball in their own 42. You have a sophomore quarterback in because Dylan Pierce is injured. Talk about being in the fire. You need him to make basically plays. Let's see what Gus does. Back to pass. Looking right. Throws and out of bounds. The catch is made. Credit to Catch the Laif. But he only picks up maybe 7 yards. 1:02 remaining. Good start. You need a lot more, a lot quicker.
Hingham just trying to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
2 safeties, 20 yards deep.
Short outs. Got to get out of bounds. Well, actually, the chains will stop. Pass is made. Kane Nicholas with the catch. The ball will get down to the 40-yard line. They'll stop the clock while they're moving the chain, and then they're going to spike it, and they spike it to stop the clock with 51 seconds remaining.
Belcher's doing a nice job getting rid of the ball quickly.
Yeah.
Not allowing the rush to get to him.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that doesn't allow the receivers enough time to really get downfield. So it's, you're going to have to take a little bit more time and take a deeper shot.
Yeah.
To make something happen here.
Yeah. And the question is, does he have the arm strength to make the long throw? Because that last throw out to Nicholas kind of fluttered a bit. You need to pick up, 15, 20 yards a pop here. It's nice to have the 7, 8 yard outs, but you simply, with 51 seconds left, don't have enough time. You need to score in the next 15, 20 seconds to have any chance of getting an onside kick and getting another possession. Back to pass.
There it is.
Looking long and deep, and there's contact, but no call. And the pass was pretty much uncatchable. Cooper was the intended receiver. Green on the coverage. It's now third down. Now it should be, is it third down? Yeah, he spiked the ball, so it is third down. 45 seconds remaining. Obviously 4-down territory. That's an understatement. Three receivers to the right. Layoff to the left. Rolling out, taking the run. And Gus is going to try to get out of bounds. He probably picked up 6 or 7, but not nearly enough for the first down. We're down to 39 seconds remaining.
Bounds at the Whitman Hanson 34-yard line. 4th down.
So 4th and about 3. So more importantly, you got to get the first down here, but you know, time is against you here with 39 seconds remaining. And there's your ball game.
Quarterback sack. Number 56, Malcolm Crowder with a sack.
And there's your star defensively, John. Malcolm Alcorn Crowder doing the damage and basically putting this one on ice for the Panthers.
There's no question about that. He's been a dominant force all game long coming off that side.
Whenever he's wanted to make a play, he's made the play. It's like he's had free reign at the quarterback. Quarterbacks for Hingham, I should say. So this one's going to go down in the books as a defeat for the Harbormen. And like I said, their record will be 2-3 on this shortened season. And it'll be victory formation here for the Panthers with 35 ticks left on the clock. Although I don't think they know how to do victory formation in a shotgun. I don't think I've ever seen that, John, before. Victory formation in a shotgun.
Well, I think in doing that, you take away the automatic kneel down. Usually when you go under center, they give you the play. They don't even allow you to rush. But when you do that, it's still a real play. But game over anyway.
But game over anyway. The clock is counting down. The teams are going out to shake, well, as much as you can shake hands in COVID or just wave, or as you've seen in hockey, the stick slaps or the farewell signs. We're counting down 3, 2, 1, and this one's in the book. Our final score from Hingham, the Panthers of Whitman Hanson Regional High School 17, the Harbormen of Hingham 7. On behalf of Hingham Athletics and Di-Fi Video, we thank you very much for joining us. So on behalf of John Galvin, this is Greg Partiga thanking you. The executive producer of Hingham Athletics is Jim Quattromoni. Our coordinating producer is Matt Feld. Our stage manager, as always, is Mary Ellen Holler. And today's game was directed, believe it or not, by John Todd. So for all of us, for all of our crew, we thank you very much for watching us, and we hope to see you again on Hingham Livestream 2. And a reminder, tomorrow at 2 p.m. on Saturday, we'll have the live stream of the Junior Varsity game. Thank you once again for joining us on Hingham Livestream Video. Good night.